Greetings! I am Herbert Erpaderp, and today we're going to have a look at what's in this box. Some say it's the Tamiya King Tiger in 1/48th scale, and most people agree, myself included. Still, it'll be cool to see what the parts in this kit are like. This video has been generously sponsored by Metro Hobbies. If you like what you see in this video, or the soon-to-come streams and build video, there's a link in the description through which you can purchase this kit for yourself. Okay, let's open the box. As you can see here, there's a bunch of plastic sprues wrapped in protective plastic bags. A bit too much plastic bag for my liking, but it is what it is. Hot glued into the bottom of the box, you see the die-cast lower hull part. A lot of Tamiya's kits in this scale have these, and they're obviously designed to add weight to the model, and they do that very well indeed. They are quite hefty. I don't feel like it's totally necessary, but some people really like having that heft in their tanks, and they can double as a paperweight if that's something that you need, so that's nice. Here's the plastic. This pair of sprues contains a bunch of wheels and tracks. There's also a couple of other doodads like shackles and lift rings, but it's mostly parts for the tank's mobility. The tracks are obviously link and length, and I know some people don't like those, but as far as this kind of tracks go, Tamiyas are usually rather good. I've personally very rarely encountered any kind of issue with them, and I expect these to be no different. The links, as well as the other parts, are very nice, neat and crisp looking, and they should only require a bare minimum of cleanup. One of the benefits of tracks moulded in plastic like this, over the dreaded rubber band tracks, is that cleanup, when needed, is much easier. Here is the whole top. Thanks, Captain Obvious! You're welcome. Again, and unsurprisingly, the parts here are quite nice and neat looking. I'm clearly not saying anything new here, and I think it's pretty reasonable to expect this from Tamiya. It is, admittedly, a little hard to see in these pictures, but I think the cut marks in the ends of the armor plates look really good here. Some people feel a need to add this to their models, but in this case, they don't have to. You can see there are 2 points where this will screw down onto the metal hull, and unlike the Panther I did recently which had a plastic clip in the front, this one will have a screw under the machine gun housing. This sprue contains a variety of doodads and other things that have very important technical names. Lots of little detail-y parts here. These are obviously important to make the model look convincing, and I'm confident that they will do that quite well. And there is some good detail in these detail parts. Detail. Like the cable texture moulded in the towing cables, which I think is nice. It's not over the top, but it is there. What I like most about these parts, especially the smaller ones, is that they won't require much, if any, cleanup. This means I am much less likely to drop them on the floor, where the carpet monster will certainly devour them. Maybe that's just a me problem, but I'm sure having to do less cleanup is something that most of us can appreciate. This sprue, or really it's actually 2 sprues joined together, but I guess that's not important. Anyway, this has mostly turret-related parts. The only thing I'm not really happy about here is the main gun. It comes in 2 halves, and I'm sure it's going to turn out just fine, but when they come as 2 parts, there's always a higher chance for gaps and fit issues along the barrel. Obviously, if there's nothing to fit on the barrel, there's no chance for fit issues, which is why I like single-piece barrels, but it is what it is and it'll probably be fine. It's definitely not the worst thing, and Tamiya isn't really known for bad fits, so I'm not as worried as I might be with another manufacturer. There is a lot to like about these parts on this sprue, which is pretty much the same as all of the parts on the other sprues. Anyway, that is all the plastic we get in this box, but there is more to look at, like these polycaps and screws. Everybody likes a nice polycap and screw, right? Moving along. Decals. These should be pretty decent quality and not hard to apply. I've never personally had any issue with Tamiya's decals. There's a couple of different marking choices, but not a huge amount. That's okay though. I'm sure aftermarket decals aren't too hard to come by if what you want isn't here. And finally, the instructions. Get ready to hear Herbert whine about how he doesn't like the fold-out instructions for the 6,000th time. I mean, I do understand why this is done, and it does cost more to make a nice little booklet, but hey, I can still want that. The important thing here is, of course, that the instructions look like they're going to function as instructions very well. Obviously not yet having built the kit, and thus not yet used the instructions, I can't really confirm that, but I'm willing to assume that it's true. They're clear, neat, and easy to understand, and that's about all you really need in a set of instructions. There is of course a couple of basic paint and marking guides which are basic, and I think it is unreasonable to expect anything in depth from this kind of thing, so this is fine. It makes for a good starting point if you don't already have plans for how you want to paint this. Very good. So that's what's in this Tamiya 48th scale German King Tiger production turret box. A Tamiya 48th scale German King Tiger with the production turret. Maybe not surprising to some of you, but it's good to know that they're not lying about what's in the box and filling it with bees instead. That would be quite rude, wouldn't it? Okay, so the build video for this kit is sponsored, so you'll get to see that relatively soon. These Tamiya kits aren't overly complicated, and don't take long to put together. If you would like to see it built live, and therefore see it done before the YouTube video is out, I do stream my builds, and I'm planning on building this one on my evening streams, which is obviously evening my time, Australian Eastern Time. Perfect for my fellow Australians, but no matter where you're from, I would love to see you in chat. It's fun times. The link to my Twitch channel is in the description below. As I mentioned at the start of this video, it was sponsored by Metro Hobbies, who I would like to say a big thank you to, both for sending me this kit and for their continued support. Again, if you would like to buy this kit for yourself, there's a link through which you can do that in the description below. There's also a link you can use to peruse all the other products Metro Hobbies have on offer. Check them out. Okay, so there's not much more to say about this. I'm excited to start the build, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and the result should be very good. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those in the comments section below. If you've built this kit yourself, and have any interesting insights, or maybe something you think I should know before going into this, feel free to put that in the comments section too. If you've not already done so, why not subscribe, follow, ring the bell, become a patron if you would like to see my videos a bit early, or maybe just come say hi on Discord or Twitch. Links to all of my things are in the description below, and, as always, I shall return soon. So, until then, be excellent to each other, and thanks for watching. Farewell.